Ready, set, go. Greetings and welcome back. Black women, this channel is for you. This is your channel. And I do know that I do have a male fan that I very much appreciate. So this channel is for Black women and those who love us. So welcome, everyone. Glad to have you here. Today's topic is going to be on self-care. Now, I've already done a video on self-love, and I urge you to watch that one as well because it's kind of like the precursor to the talk that I'm about to give today. Because if you don't have self-love, you can't really get to the self-care piece in your journey, right? So do watch that one and remember to like, subscribe, share, and definitely comment because this channel is your channel. It is for Black women over the ages of 30 and above that want to transform their lives, that want to seek um, improvements, self awareness, definitely changes and transformations. Why am I doing this? Because it's time. It's time that we give not only to others, but give to ourselves and gift ourselves some changes, some much needed changes and transformations in our lives. I am a vegan, plant based lifestyle coach, and I do have a course coming up September 6th that's all about using your diet as a way to jumpstart these transformations in your life. Because honestly, if you can make a transformation in one area in your life, you can definitely make that transformation and make that change in other areas of your lives, right? So on September 6th in my course, it's called Eating to Live and Living to Eat, plant-based and vegan lifestyle options for Black women. We're going to get into some deep conversations about why we want to make the transformations, some healthy eating styles and living, what plant-based is, what veganism is, how to support one another as Black women, how we can come together in community and share, support, and love one another. And we're going to talk some about all of these related things that help strengthen us and make those necessary transformations, right? Again, I'm so happy to be here. And one of the reasons that got me to thinking about this topic, I listened to a video, a TED Talk by Sheryl Lee Raff. It is very, very good. She talks about the three-step guide to believing in yourself. And that's actually the name of the TED Talk that she did about a month ago. So I encourage you to check that out. Because in her talk, she talks about the things that she had to go through to get to where her career, where she wanted her career to take her, right? You cannot do the things that she has done in her career without that good self-love and self-care. And she, thanks and praise to the Most High, she had a mom that would, talk her up and build her up and lift her up. And it's so important to have that system of support around you. So she gets into that, in the TED Talk. So I encourage you to watch that as well when you get a moment. And also, the other video that kind of sparked my interest in this topic, she did a talk on, it's a young sister. Her channel is called The Real Choley, Choley. And she did a talk about a month ago as well on self-reflection. And in it, she's talking all about, how, it's healthy to spend some alone time. It's healthy to journal. It's healthy to sit with yourself and be quiet and still and find out what it is you really want. The things that you really desire, and the things that move you, and self-reflection and evaluation, she talks about in the video, is key. So I want to encourage you, to take a look at both of those, and definitely like, subscribe, and share, and comment in relationship to this video as well. So let's get started. What is self-care? Oftentimes, when we think about care of any kind, it's usually external, right? But self care is being intention about the actions, the attitudes, the behavior that is going to promote your well-being, your good health, your mental health, your spiritual health, your emotional health. And, we can get into, there's many facets. And when I do my course on September the 6th, we'll get more in depth about all the aspects of self-care. We're just going to talk about a few today. But self-care is just really getting your mind and your actions geared towards taking good care of you, loving up on you. And that it's not a luxury, and it's something that we need to make as Black women. We need to make it a daily practice. It is so important, because you can give better and more completely to others when your cup is full, right? It's harder to give from an empty cup. It's harder to give when you don't have it into you to give, because you're so drained and you're so tired, and you've been giving to everything and everybody. You have to give to yourself. So when we talk about self-care, and there's not a one size fits all. And depending upon your circumstances and your particular experiences in life, it's going to look different for everybody, right? So, number one, when we talk about physical self-care, we talk about the physical aspects of self-care, right? So this could be exercise and movement. Is very, very key, very, very crucial. You got to get that blood pumping and flowing, right? So that's is very healthy for your body. So you got to move. Um, of course, a balanced nutrition uh, plays a part in self-care. You got to eat healthy, wholesome foods, not all the snacks and sugary and meat-filled items all the time. You got to eat some greens, right? You got to eat some vegetables. And if they're fresh, so much the better. Your body can recognize it as good, wholesome food, right? So definitely you got to think of how you can balance out your diet when you're thinking of self-care. You got to get enough sleep. And yes, I'm guilty. I'm talking to myself right now. You got to get enough sleep. I do pretty good, but I can do better, because sometimes when I have things on my mind, oh, it's just one more thing. Let me just do one more thing. Let me check one more thing. And before you know it, it's midnight, right? My goal is to try to be in bed by between 10:30, no later than 11. And sometimes I get it. Sometimes I don't, but that is the goal. So if you get enough sleep, you feel rested, you tend to not wake up so tired, tend to wake up in a better mood. And again, that's definitely promoting self-care, right? Are you getting enough water? That's, along with the nutritional piece, right? But you definitely want to get enough water in your system, be hydrating. And, I prefer spring water. But definitely you want to get your the recommended amount of water, you know, whatever you can, just up level it. If you normally drink 4 cups, drink 5. Just try to get, as much water as you can in, because, it'll show up on your skin. It helps your elimination. And it's a good, simple self-care tool, right? And you want to get make sure that you're going to get regular health checkups. Okay, check in with your doctors, your naturopaths, your healthcare providers on a regular basis to make sure that you're staying healthy. If you've got a question or concern or something is nagging you on that your physical body, go ahead and get that checked out. Don't just wait on that. There are doctors in place, herbs in place. There are all kind of um, tools that you have at your disposal so that you can keep your health at its optimum. Something I do that's really big self care piece for me is I get massages. I absolutely enjoy massages. They're just wonderful. I feel so relaxed and at ease once the massage is over. That's a self care item that I grant to myself, and I absolutely would encourage you to try one if you haven't, or if you haven't had one in a while, um, get one. It's very healing and relaxing for the body. That's a definite self care practice that I would encourage. Okay, we want to talk about mental and emotional health as relates to self care, right? One of the things that I've found good, again, relaxing, is meditation. Meditation my day goes better when I meditate, right? Um, so if you don't have a meditation practice, just start 5 minutes, just, sitting calm, cool, and collected and taking your deep breaths, thinking good thoughts, thinking about what you want to manifest in your life. Started with 5 minutes a day and increase it steadily. And you will find such a balance and a centering with that. You would be amazed at how that helps your stress level to decrease, and it helps with your goal setting and your dreams, and just being centered and calm. So definitely, look at meditation as a self care um, action. Yeah. Um, Participate in hobbies and games and things that bring you joy. I have a a little game I play most mornings. It's a little woodblock strategy game on my phone. And it just, you just move the blocks around until, you get several blocks in a row, and then, you finally eventually you'll clear the board. But I feel it's a nice game of strategy, and it kind of gets the neurons in my brain fired off, and I kind of like that. And it kind of takes my mind off of things, so I tend to be very serious and planning and thinking and how I can, improve my life, my family, my friends, spend time with them. So sometimes it's just kind of nice to just get away and play some games, and it brings me joy. What can I say? Um, some time in nature. I had a cold last week, and so I spent some time in nature, and man, when I tell you, walking in the sun was such it just kind of cleared out the mucus in my system. So I did that for 3 days straight. I just walked in some morning sun. One day I walked in the afternoon and the sun was blazing. I walked slow that day. And I hydrated that day for sure. But yeah, nature brings me joy, and I find it, very, very, very healing. Um, do some type of creative expression, like If you paint, or if you like journaling, or if you like to do this creative, if you like, I don't know, making gift baskets, if you find something that's creative, or it's good for um, your mindset to be involved and engaged in something creative. So definitely, try that and see how that feels. Okay. And emotionally, for self-care, you want to, if you need to talk to someone, go ahead and get you a counselor. I've done it before, and it's very, very helpful. To talk to someone, to bounce ideas off of someone, to share with someone that doesn't, have a vested interest in uh, your future outcome, or, people around you. They just, listen to what you have to say. They offer you some tips and some suggestions on um, things that you share. They might even do some exercises, have some homework, or some things for you to contemplate further. But, having someone to talk with, a counselor, is very, very helpful, because they often come up with things that you haven't considered, that might be very useful to you. So that would be a good emotional um, self-care technique. Just, talking with a counselor. I encourage that. Um, so let's talk about social self-care. Get in good, healthy relationships. If you haven't talked to a girlfriend or a family member in a while, talk to them, call them up. I have an aunt that I just absolutely enjoy her so much, so much. And I don't talk to her nearly as often as I would like to. Um, but I do like to touch in from time to time, because I get words of wisdom and encouragement, and such jewels from her. And I really encourage you to, reach out, talk to family, talk to friends, talk to people that support you, um, spend time with you, encourage you, participate in things with you that support you, and no better way than with people that are in your corner. So, definitely do that, do that, do that. Um, and I guess another really important thing when it comes to the social aspect of self care is to set boundaries. You know, if someone is just, for instance, um, joking, and they're going a little bit too far, it's okay for you to say, okay, we can stop the conversation now. It's okay to say that. If someone is always gossiping or always being negative, you don't have to pick up the phone. I mean, really, this is your life, right? And nobody is going to protect you better than you protect you, right? So, and you get to choose, how you want to act, interact, how you want to show up, how you choose not to show up, how you choose not to interact with certain persons. If it's not um, going to uplift and support, motivate, encourage uh, you in some good way towards the positive goal or endeavor, then you don't have to participate. You really, really don't. Okay. Um, and the final category that I'm going to talk to you about today is spiritual self care. I think that meditation piece that we talked about a little earlier under the emotional can also fall into spiritual self-care. You want to take some time to meditate, specifically about God. Check in with the one that created you. Talk to God. Say, God, what do you have in store for me today? What do you have in store for me in my life? How do you want me to show up? How do you want me to be in the world? What do you want me to say in the world? How do you want me to function in this world? And just sit and meditate on those questions. And you would be amazed at what comes up. So have a little talk with God. You would do well. Definitely do well. It's the one that created you, right? I'm sure you would get much from that meditation. Definitely much from that meditation. Practice gratitude. Be grateful. No matter what shows up in your life, who shows up in your life, it might look as crazy and as bad as it's going to get, but it's a lesson for you. It's a teaching moment. You know what they say, if it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to help you. So always walk in gratitude, no matter what the situation looks like. Stay at peace. Don't go off the deep end. Don't cuss and fuss and ask the old question that most people ask, why me? Just accept what it is and deal with it as best you can. If you need to get some help, if you need to again check in with God, go ahead and do that. Do that. There's nothing better than having a spiritual community to help guide you and encourage you. If you do, great. It's wonderful. I highly recommend it. But you always have the option, if you don't have that spiritual community, of just sitting quiet, still meditating, and see where you want your life to go. You be your own best friend. You be your own best spiritual advocate. You be your own best person that shows up for you strong and bold. That's really where your transformation is going to come in. All right, my time today is about up. I am so overjoyed and thrilled that you came here today. And as I told you earlier, I do look for more of you to comment and reach out, because I am building my class for Black women, especially Eating to Live or Living to Eat, vegan and plant-based lifestyle options for Black women. I strongly encourage you to come and put your information in the comment section, your email, so I can reach out for you and do share. And I'm so looking forward to your participation in the course. It starts September the 6th. It's going to be a month-long course. All right. Peace and richest of blessings to you. And always, always remember, go for the win-win in life. Let it be a win for you and a win for the other party in every situation. What a better world we would have, right? Take care.